Maddie, you said that you support feminism, but not over the top. So what aspects of feminism do you support?
I support women. I support that women should have the same rights as men. I support that women should get paid the same amount as men. I support women. That's what I support.
So same rights as men, and then should be paid the same as men.
Just treated as equal. Like.
Do you think they're not?
Yeah, in some ways, yeah. How? I think men are paid more in certain jobs.
What about in OnlyFans?
Women are definitely paid more.
So do you think we should take money from women?
I have some guy OnlyFans.
I know friends. I have guys who are friends who do OnlyFans, and they still make money. Like that's not. But I think like mainly women run this app. Not to say that like. I just don't think there's as many men on the app as there is women, and that's why women make more. But like. Okay.
Well, do you think, for example, and this came up in the debate, do you think that in women's sports, female athletes should be paid the same as male athletes? Like, for example, in tennis or in women's soccer or in. Do you think that the WNBA? Do you think the women in the WNBA should be paid the same as they're playing the same game, right? As in the NBA.
I mean, coming from someone who played college in soccer and could have ended up going pro. I totally think women and men should get paid the same. They're doing the same things. They're training the same amount.
But the leagues are making vastly different amounts of revenue.
And that's why women don't make the same. I understand it, but I don't agree with it.
Erroneous.
Okay, but didn't you just say that, well, when it came to OnlyFans, like, do you think, for example, all the women on OnlyFans should start subsidizing male content creators?
What do you mean by that?
Well, men don't make the same amount of money on OnlyFans. There's less opportunity for men on OnlyFans. Should the women collectively have to, relinquish some of their earnings in order to bolster men in the OnlyFans world? Or what about in the modeling world, for example?
I think if there was as many men on the app, men would be making just as much money. But I think
there's
that
not
women
the same
really.
Demand. There's not the equivalent demand.
I'm not a feminist. I think I just want to say I'm sorry.
Girl, all right.
I'm not, but I
that's my business partner right there.
I'm not a feminist.
Wait.
I feel like men. It's the society is like built this way where like men is able to be more dominant in in relationships and money and government. If we think about I just think I don't know. I just think that it's built this way. So what?
Wait, okay,
a lot of wisdom in that.
Question for Maddie here. So you think the WNBA, the women in the WNBA, should be paid the same as the men in the NBA? Is that correct?
Okay, look, I'm not gonna dive too deep. I'm not gonna dive too deep into this.
Just because I'm pushing back a little bit on your position, don't walk back your position.
I hear you, but I'm not gonna dive too deep into something that, like I said, I support women, but I'm not over the top about it.
But you said you support equal pay, and I'm asking in this specific realm of human endeavor, do you think that in women's soccer they should be paid the same? Women's tennis?
Yes, I do.
And also in the NBA, do you think there too?
I don't know how much people in the NBA make on different sides, but I do think that they should get paid the same. Yes.
Okay.
But there are like 3 people who go to WNBA.
I'd like you to name.
Oh my gosh.
Three male NBA players.
No, I'm not naming anyone. I don't know.
Okay, can you name?
I just knew soccer.
Okay, well, the point I'm trying to make is, I mean, the women in the WNBA would be more adequately compensated if, for example, women actually watched basketball, but they don't.
You're saying?
Well, you're saying that they should be equally compensated, but it doesn't sound like you're a big female sports fan. Like you don't buy jerseys or, and that's the case for not just you, but for a lot of other women.
Yeah.
Could I add? I think what she's trying to say, not trying to put words in your mouth, but what she's trying to say is that their compensation should be equivalent. But in reality, they are compensated more. Men are in male sports because they do bring in a lot more views. They bring in a lot more of that traction between those communities with the NFL, NHL, etc. So for that reason, it's understandable that they make more income. Regardless, I think what she's trying to say is just she wishes that their compensation was equivalent. Obviously,
why?
Because of
why should it?
Because it's the same sport and because of the same mechanics that they work out and they're always
Isn't it the case though? Like for example, in women's tennis that they play. I'm not familiar with tennis terminology, but I do think they play less games. Michael, do you know this?
Well, I'm an avid viewer of the WNBA, and so I think they play some number of games every year. Or they dribble a little.
Well, he's talking about tennis.
Women's tennis.
Tennis. That one too.
They play like two
dynamic.
less. What is it? I forgot the terminology. Any tennis
matches?
Match.
Is that it?
No, it's sets.
There's less sets or something. And
I'm confused, what point you're trying to get.
Yeah, I am too. Seriously, I don't understand.
Because you mentioned that you consider yourself a feminist, and you said that you want equal rights for women. You want equal pay for women.
I say I support women.
Yeah. Okay.
I said I said that in the note, and I made that very clear because I'm not one to sit here and argue over or debate over a topic that I don't know so much about.
Well, we'll switch gears away from the wage gap then.
Yeah.
What rights do men have that women don't?
Can we make this a group thing?
We can make it a group thing.
If
they feel the same way as you do, then sure, we can make it a group
then
thing.
anyone who feels the same way as me, feel free to speak on it.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
What's the question?
Well, okay, so
I don't know.
Are you a feminist?
I am.
Okay, so do you believe that do women have equal rights?
Grid One Motorsports donated $200. The owner of it pays him 1.3 million a day last year. He loves feminism and thanks you for selling yourself. Feminism has failed you. Embrace the patriarchy which values and protects women.
I think we've come a long way from a couple decades ago.
Yep.
However, I think there are some areas that we need to improve on. I see your point between the WNBA and the NBA. There's obviously different.
Well, we can move on.